F-A-T-C-A-T. Man, y'all rocking the Fat Cat Show. This is my show. F-A-T. Watch the time on you. Say it one more time. F-A-T-C-A-T. Man, y'all rocking the Fat Cat Show. This is my show. F-A-T. Watch the time on you. Here we go. No matter what you say, I'ma spit it how I spit it, so you niggas can't forget it. Everybody is a critic. I walk in the dark with my chronicles Ridic, with my game up the bar, so your girl'll let me hit it. Damn, man, my show's simply marvelous. You can stop the hating and debating, you can't argue this. Cause if you found something better, you would sip Moretta while wearing an ugly sweater. But my show you listening, so stop the whimpering. This is for the sinners and the born again Christians. Turn to Philippians. Nope, you can miss me then. If you wanna talk, text my number, you can hit me then. Cause you know my show was rocking. Fat Cat, remember that when your girl is shocking. When them headphones are knocking. Fat Cat Show and you don't stop the knocking. F-A-T-C-A-T. Man, y'all rocking the Fat Cat Show. This is my show. F-A-T. Watch the time on you. Say it one more time. F-A-T-C-A-T. Man, y'all rocking the Fat Cat Show. This is my show. F-A-T. Watch the time on you. Here we go.
Yo, what's cracking? You rocking with your boy, the sinister minister, the Rabbi Raymond Noodle, the chaplain of fried chicken's last rites, the thinking deacon, the preacher's grandson. Y'all know who it is. That's Fat Cat. And I'm down with my dog. What's cracking?
First of all, what was that? Dr. Woo, bro. What was that?
You know, hey, that's cute, Lewis.
That was low key terrible. I'm gonna accept it though, cause you know I'm a guest. That's horrible though.
Hey,
don't do that no more though.
Yeah, man.
Dr. Woo.
You know, hey! I had to think of something on the spur of the moment because the show is on the spur of the moment. But
I figured,
you know,
for sure.
But you know what? It's all good, man. What's cracking with you, man? What's happening?
Dog, same on though. I ain't gonna lie. We just had a dope little conversation after we got off the last time and jumped back off with this little impromptu show. So hopefully y'all enjoy this thing.
Yeah. I'm trying to see why I don't see my. What's her name? I'm not seeing the stream on my end.
I don't know.
I'm trying to.
I see it though. I'm looking at it.
You looking
on
at it?
YouTube. Yeah, I'm looking at it.
So where?
I don't know where yours is. I'm looking at it though.
Okay, I'm seeing it now. See, we having so much technical difficulty. I'm trying to get it all set up. But man, what's happening, man? I know we had a good conversation. Going in about love, but you know we wanted to get some other things started.
For sure.
So what's on your mind today? Before we get into our topics.
Before we get into our topic, I know like we was talking about off camera a little bit. We was talking about the Gucci and the Jeezy battle. I know that happened a couple of weeks ago, so it's old news now. But we haven't rapped about it. So I just wanted to say this though. I think that was one for the culture, like for real.
Yeah.
I know dudes. I didn't seen both sides where like dudes was really saying like Jeezy was soft for basically taking the high road. Then I seen people say that Gucci was over the top on the hood shit.
Right.
What you gotta understand, like dog, when you from the and I mentioned this in somebody comments because it was just overwhelming. It was pissing me off. So people was like, he's soft. He that man smoked his homeboy and shit. I'm just like, dog, real niggas from the street. Like this is 20 years worth of beef. Mm-hmm. Plenty of niggas done died. Yeah. Plenty of things that went on behind that, bro. Like at some point, niggas from the street understand that some things get let go. It's niggas out here who then killed people in people's family, and they still turn around and get money with them.
Right.
Like the streets is different.
Right.
So,
right. And then
when niggas be commenting like that, I know that they don't know the game for real.
But you know what though, it goes to show you like even on, let's say they said the world is balanced on positive, negative. Of course,
facts. That's facts.
And I feel that that not Jeezy, Gucci had a legitimate beef. If a nigga tried to kill me,
Oh yeah,
tried to have me bumped off. I don't know if I would be meeting with him in the same room unless I'm trying to do something to him. So that
exactly.
it shows a little bit of the maturity, but then again, when you look at it wholeheartedly, and I'm in the same room, and I'm thinking to myself, even when you forgive somebody and they do something for doing something kind of catastrophic, you like, this nigga tried to kill me.
He tried to kill exactly.
This nigga tried to kill me. Hold up, why I'm trying to be diplomatic with this nigga for?
Exactly. Nah, for real.
So yeah, it's one of them things. So I kind of understood a little bit where he was coming from, but the humiliation thing, especially dudes that come from the D, we don't like to get into the all the yapping, what they call it, jaw jacking. We don't right. we don't do that, because I remember.
No, not at all.
Just think about back in the day. When you got into it with certain individuals, you didn't want to sit up here and do all that. Cause flapping only made me even more mad. It made me really want to holler at you. That's like doing that walk around in the circle for a minute and knock the stick. You want to knock the stick off my shoulder? No, man. I ain't into all that.
Yeah, for sure. Not. I know I ain't, dog. That's over with for me, dog. It's a wrap.
Right.
And like these niggas, they older now, and I'm sure some things then transpired. In between time, like it's enough. Like, dog, enough is enough.
Right.
Like, it's too many people thinking that they that tough. Like, dog, you wouldn't have. By the time you took the initiative to go ahead and do the versus battle, then like it's like you pretty much said it's a wrap right now.
Right.
For us to even agree to be in the same room.
I don't care. I'm a minister. I loved it. I loved that. I'm telling you, I did. It took me back. I was like, oh my God, sure. Man, I love this. This isn't, anybody that sit up there, I think I never outgrow hip hop. Yeah, I don't care how old. I think I'm gonna be.
Oh shit!
I think that's all right. I think I'm gonna be 70 years old, still sitting in my rock. I make big money, drive big cars. Right. Everybody know me. I think I'm just gonna be that.
I'm a movie star. But late at night,
right.
Something ain't right.
I think I'm gonna still be that dude, because I mean, sure. I love it, man. Anybody that remember when we was coming up and your parents and stuff would say hip hop was a passing phase. They would say, all that stuff gonna play out, but it didn't. It went to another level. And the thing that I wish and I really, really hope for that some of these people. Okay, all right. That's my cousin responding. I was hoping. I hope that people will learn from lessons past, like. Haven't we lost too many pioneers as it is, like with Pac, with Biggie, with shoot, we can name tons of them that done left here.
I mean, not even just thinking about like the classic people. I mean, just like look at what just happened. MO3, Pop Smoke, like all these dudes, like they didn't even barely get a chance to get their career started because like they couldn't leave the street shit alone, and for them. And I don't want to make it sound weird or nothing, but like for them, they not as far removed. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause they was just in the streets. Like these dudes, like 23, 24 years old. But you talking about Jeezy and Gucci, who then like they passed it, bro. Right. So like that shit should have been let go.
Right. Yeah. Man, I know
that's a tough thing to say, like letting go somebody killing you, but I'm just
right.
I know that's tough.
You know what? Because my thing is always this. Even let's go not even just to a murder tip, just even with money right now, because dudes, kill you for $5 right now. But my thing is this: I heard the best saying when it came down to people that jip you for money and stuff like that. Yeah. I just bought you off for $20. For that $20.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I just my thing is I just can't picture myself, in a jail cell for something that I let another person control my emotions. I don't like for people to be in control of my emotions. Never.
Oh, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely, I always tried to avoid. I wasn't never the dude that was like in the midst of trouble. Whenever I saw trouble, I was that dude like, I think it's time to go. I would have been, I would have been like they said with Puff. Did you see that documentary when Big got killed and Junior Mafia told the story? He said that Puff was like right after the shooting happened and they rushed Big to the hospital. They said Puff kept saying, "Man, I gotta get out of here." It's time to leave. That'll be me. That'll be me. Yeah. Like, hey, dog, it's time to go. They done killed this thing. Right. It's time to go. I just,
and again, that's a tough one too. I don't want to dwell too long on this conversation, but we had that conversation all the time too. And I'll be telling my dogs, like, I hear what we saying because we talking from this place now. Like, we older now,
right?
But at 23, 24, like, for real, a nigga couldn't tell me shit either. I can't come to Cali, nigga, here I come. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm 23 with millions of dollars. Like, nobody's gonna tell me what I can and can't do. And so I know it's bold. I know you shouldn't be thinking like that, but at that age, we was thinking reckless, bro.
But look, but you can tell me. Can you honestly say he didn't know the validity of what would happen if he stepped down? Because you see my man, what's the security guard name that do the podcast and stuff now?
Gene, they like some gangsters for real.
Yeah, Gene something. He was the bodyguard. And he said they warned Biggie that some dudes was coming to kill him. They kept saying, "Don't touch down in Cali. Don't go there. This was some real stuff." And Puff had killers around him. Yeah. So he gotta know the validity of it.
It's a tough one though. It's like, still, when you feeling yourself, bro, it's hard, bro. It's just hard.
Maybe for you, somebody tell me, hey, I'm coming to kill you. I believe you, dude. I really do believe you. I'm gonna stay home too.
Right. You say you gonna stay in the crib,
man. Yeah, you have me. If I came to Cali, you will see me in a Humpty Hump costume.
Dog, you stupid. Hey, no, dog. Speaking of staying at home, dog. Nate Robinson should have stayed at the crib, dog.
Oh, man.
Nate should have stayed at the crib, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
That shit was horrible.
You know what? And it's one thing to talk mess.
Yeah.
To talk mess at before the bout, like, dog, I'm gonna see you when I see you, dog. This exactly. Blah blah blah. Then he said, because I saw that little argument. That's a little cocky little white boy too.
Dog, he actually trained in the box though. So that's the thing. He actually trained in the box, bro.
But no, this dude is so cocky, but he's smart. He's smart. The marketing wise, he's smart because he's a YouTuber.
Yeah, exactly.
But basically, when Nate got the distinction now to say, okay, you got knocked out by a Ken doll looking dude. You got knocked out by Wayne Brady. Greg Brady. You got knocked out by just a dude that wasn't supposed to knock you out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But just imagine that. You come back to the hood. You come back to the hood. Man, white boy that knocked you out, dog. He done, your name is Mud now. Remember how tough he was in the NBA chasing dudes and
he was. He a tough guy. He a good athlete.
Yeah.
This wasn't it though.
But check your boy out now. What's his name? Jake what? I can't think of his name. Jake.
The dude.
Yeah, Jake.
I can't think of his damn name. Jake the YouTuber.
Jake the Snake. Yeah. But Jake, he calling out Conor McGregor.
Oh, he tripping now.
He called
out. These is real fighters, bro. He relax.
He trying to get that payday.
I can feel that, but dog.
He called out Conor McGregor. He called out Floyd Mayweather. Floyd ain't gonna touch it because you ain't got enough money to build.
You already know.
He ain't gonna touch it, and and so I think my man, because what they get paid for that fight, $600.
Shit, I don't know. Don't get me wrong.
They got paid $600 for that fight.
That was it.
$600.
Nah, get out of here.
$600.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that, dog. I probably wouldn't have did it.
Yeah, $600 just to get knocked out. Like, here you go, Nate. Here, take that. Right. Buy you a 40 in an ice pack.
40 in the ice pack. No, that shit was crazy though.
He had that. You saw that knot on that dude head?
Yeah, no, the knot was what made it worse. But you could tell when the fight first started, the way he was charging dude. Yeah. I'm like, dog, this dude don't know how to box. Like, it's not like my man boxing. This nigga trying to street fight or something. Like, bro, that's not gonna work.
No, wait. Let's address the elephant in the room though. Let's address this elephant in the room. What about your boy Snoop? Was clouded.
Snoop is the best sports announcer ever, bro. He was a gem of the night, bro, for real.
He was up there smoking weed. That's what got me. Look,
right.
Look, and then when they got knocked out at first, he's like, "Precious Lord."
No, that shit was bananas though. Oh, I didn't know what to expect. I really thought it would be a little bit better than that.
Right.
But, man, right. I don't know. That shit sucked. But it was the Tyson joint was fire though. No, I like the Tyson joint.
You like that?
I did.
No,
all right. First of all, it sounded like you didn't like it. So
okay. Let me give my opinion. First of all,
right. Let's hear it.
First of all, you got your boy Roy that was holding him all night long. He was holding him like he was his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, for sure that happened.
You know what? But at the same time, I probably would have did the same thing too. Mike, don't hit me.
Sure.
No,
don't hit me, for real. Don't hit me, bro.
Because Mike is from a different planet. I want to tell. Do you see Mike podcast? How he be clowning them dudes on there,
bro? First of all, shout out to Mike Tyson, dog.
Yes,
hot boxing is the shit. It is though. Like his podcast is the shit, bro. Like Mike is a different person now, dog. He a different dude, and like you just gotta respect how much he went through to become who he is right now, though. Because like that dude dealt with a lot of demons, bro.
Yeah, but why he intimidating dudes on this show though?
I think that's just natural. That's natural, Mike, dog. And let's be honest, dog. Like he ain't really intimidate nobody really other than Boosie.
No, did you see what he did to TK Kirkland?
Oh no, I ain't peep. I ain't peeped that.
Oh, you gotta.
Okay, I ain't know about that.
And TK Kirkland he did a interview on Vlad TV, and he was like, and Vlad like to instigate. He was like, man, what was up with that Tyson thing? He said, man, people don't understand. He said, me and Mike Tyson been knowing each other for 40 years, and he said, but we in a different spot now. He said, Mike. He said, I wanted to make sure Mike know that I was trying to promote positivity. Because Mike was like, what the hell you think you know about me? You know, he didn't know what bag Mike was coming out of. You know what I'm saying?
Don't.
You know, because Mike, let's not get it twisted. You got to be scared of a nigga that'll bite your ear off. You gotta. If he bite your ear off, though, that's some psycho.
It's an issue.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So I'm telling you, man.
But I know that Roy Jones was doing a lot of holding and they slowed it down a little bit, but it was dope to me. Like I liked the fact that it went all the rounds. Mike, I feel like Mike could have knocked the motherfucker out if he wanted to. It's like it was so many instances where it looked like he held back. I'm just like, dog, Mike really in good fighting shape. Like, what, 54?
Yeah, 54. Yeah,
bro, like, I'm not fighting that man.
but you know what though? I think too. Roy got tired. He made Mike mad one time.
Bro, Roy Jones was hella tired.
He was tired. Roy Jones looked like your uncle that he don't even need to be up there. That'll steal the change out of your couch and go buy some Bazooka Joes in a 40.
Dog, he said to change out your couch, bro. And that's what Snoop called him too. He said like my drunk uncle's fighting at the barbecue. Dog, Snoop was on fire that night.
Yes,
bro.
He was. You see now they talking about giving him his own boxing. He talking about doing their own boxing thing now.
No, they do, and they need to let him announce some other stuff, like whatever. Like that's the thing. Nah, he earned it.
You know what?
He earned it.
Had they ever did a celebrity box? Like I would do that.
Boxing announcer.
Like a celebrity box, like something like Samuel L. Jackson against Larry Fishburne and Lawrence Fishburne. You know, Some crazy stuff.
First of all, I don't even want to see that, bro. Unless they go good, if they go get into an arguing match, then maybe. If they fighting for real, I don't even want to see that.
Come on, could you imagine that?
Yeah, I can. That's why I don't want to see it.
Shaft versus Morphe.
Right, Morphe.
I would love, man. Tell me you would love to see that, boy.
No, I would not. No, I'm gonna have to. Nope.
Come on, man.
I don't want to see that shit.
Come on, man.
That's horrible, bro.
What was another one? Dave Chappelle versus what? Who even put Dave Chappelle with?
Bro, Dave Chappelle though. Did you see this last joint, Unforgiven?
No, I haven't checked it out yet.
Dog. So it's only like it's short. He's been doing little short joints. This might be like 20 minutes, maybe like 18 and some change.
Okay.
But this was the whole situation with with Netflix and I was about to say Cartoon Network, Comedy Central. So I know you probably familiar with the story where basically Netflix, took his show back off of Netflix.
Yeah.
So the situation is basically Comedy Central, like basically what he was saying was like he is literally or legally still under contract.
Right.
But he said Comedy Central could like be the better person and just be like, all right, look, dog, we're gonna give you these couple dollars. Cause we didn't separate on good terms,
right?
But they don't want to be good people; they just want to stick it to them. So they ended up selling the rights to to Netflix to let them stream it. Now he owned Netflix, with all his specials.
Right.
So he came to the Netflix people and was just like, he just basically told them like, I know that I'm still under contract, but I feel like they hold me like I don't feel good about y'all streaming my shit. And Netflix on some gangster ass shit, they was like, look, dog, you right. We'll take that shit right now because they smart. Yeah. They know that Dave Chappelle, they cash cow. Like whatever he want, he gonna get.
Right.
So in his last little special, he was like, look, he said he wants to work it out with Comedy Central because he got another idea for a show. Right. But he can't do his show because they own him still.
Right.
So he said if they give him a couple dollars, he will work with them again.
Right.
So what they don't understand though is that if they don't give him his money, whatever gangster ass, I know it's a gangster ass idea. Whatever gangster ass idea he come up with, he just gonna take it to Netflix, and they go make all kind of money together.
Yeah.
Comedy Central would be stupid to not play by his little rules, cause like it's just retarded. Like, why would you give up on Dave Chappelle like that over a couple dollars?
Right.
The people who stuck it to him originally probably don't even work there no more. So whatever. Though.
You know what though? Right quick, I want to. Mm-hmm. I was thinking that. When actors or directors and stuff went to Netflix, really actors, I'm gonna say. Mm-hmm. I always thought that was the graveyard because to me,
I think it was originally.
Because think about it.
It was like straight to DVD.
Adam Sandler.
Man, Adam Sandler went over there and made a bag though.
But you know what? I didn't like his movies after a while. They were corny, dude. Like
Adam Sandler, corny.
Like
what you want?
Like Little Nicky.
Man, that was trash. Little Nicky was trash.
Oh,
Little Nicky was trash.
But you know what? But shout out to Netflix a little bit, though. I give them because it, especially independent directors.
Yeah, no doubt.
They'll be able to go over there and do. But why can't we start like a lot of black independent black filmmakers? Why can't we start streams like that? Like,
hey, real quick on that note, shout out to Quaily. Is Quaily TV?
Quaily.
KWELI.TV is a streaming service just like for all black content creators.
Oh yeah. Well, we got to leave that down there so we can so I
for
can
sure.
check it out.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Yeah.
Crazy thing is God, I knew I was gonna have a brain fart because I was getting high, but I can't remember her name right now. She probably gonna shoot me. But back in the day, she had a magazine, an online magazine, and I used to write like articles for her. And I knew, God, I want to remember her name because I'm gonna be so mad. But I used to write articles for her, and like she had a little platform then, and like through the years, she ended up creating this like this streaming service, and like it's been recognized as like I want to say, if not number one of the top like black owned streaming services for black content creators. I I want to Deshauna Spencer. Yes, that is her name.
Okay.
It just came back to my head. Shout out to Deshauna. If you ever see this, I'm giving you a shout out right now. So shout out to Deshauna Spencer and Quayle TV. That's KWELI.TV. Dog, check that joint out.
I'm definitely gonna peep that out. You know what I mean? Because like I said, how many black owned streaming is it? Not what?
I don't even know for real. That's the only one I know of, honestly.
What besides what? Tidal with Jay-Z?
Yeah. That's definitely only the only audio streaming for sure.
Yeah. So it's definitely, man, we definitely got to get, because you know what? I'm gonna give you some props, man. You doing your thing, and I truly believe, dog, you gonna be the next thing happening.
I appreciate that, dog. I don't know, but I appreciate it
because I love your hustle, dude. You have to surround yourself with people that hustle. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely because I mean, just a couple of your accolades, man. What did you? How did your podcast, your awards that you got?
Well, like I know last year. Shout out to my whole squad, dog. Last year we got a award for Next to Blow Up. That was the Pod Excellence Awards in Charlotte. This year we up for Podcast of the Year, and I got a nomination for Best Male Podcast Host for the year too. So we got 2 nominations so far. Is a few more categories coming out, and my whole goal, like when we went to Charlotte last year, I told my whole squad like it was cool that we had got one for E Block Radio. Shout out to the Wake and Bake Show. But I was like, when I came back to another award show this year, I was trying to get awards for everybody in the squad. You feel me? So that's what we working on now.
Shout out to my dude Hugh Lewis. Yeah.
for sure, dog. Thank you, appreciate that, dog. And like, dog, shout out to you too, though, because like you got a lot of stuff going on, especially since you started getting back into the ministry. So you got a lot of stuff going on. For you to even find time to still do this is definitely something worth commending.
You know
Keep
what,
doing your thing, bro.
But you know what though? The whole thing is, man, we talked about a lot of things that we need to put into fruition, because because it's a lot of, let's just say, you need a team.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I do. I need a team.
See, and the thing is, and I want to share some things, but we not gonna talk on air. We gonna talk later. But
all right, for sure.
But it's a lot of things that I want to put out here and definitely do, and I see it'll work. It definitely do, because look at what your boy Big Ja. You checking him out?
Yeah, dude, hilarious though, bro.
Big Ja, Minx. All of them, man. Them guys, they a team, and they do it. If we would only learn that, man, that power is in the numbers. So definitely, I want to get into no Malcolm X. We ain't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. We've been hoodwinked, bamboozled. I want to get into our topic, our main thing that we were discussing off the show, man. And I don't know. This is. Women gonna be mad.
Probably
They're gonna be mad, man. You bring us into this, man. All
right. So this is what we gotta do. So I had this topic this morning on the Wake and Bake Show, which you can check us out Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on eblockradio.com. Just want to give y'all that little gem right there. Yeah. But we talking about reactions to the Smokie Norful photo with him and his son. Obviously, I know Smokie did this because it's social media, so he obviously took the picture on purpose. Mm-hmm. And if you read the caption underneath, basically it's saying, like, you know, this is kind of what's missing, like, you know what I'm saying? And it should be looked at as okay for his son, you know, at his age to be, you know, like basically fell asleep on him or whatever. And they kind of like, to me, it looked like cuddling. People that was on my show this morning said it's not cuddling, so relax. So I don't know, whatever. But the thing, and my whole situation with this was that it wasn't even about the action of what was going on. And I just want to clarify that first. I think the thing that caught my attention was the people who was in the comments who felt like me, who said like, hey, this is kind of weird and shit. Mm-hmm. But how they were getting attacked for thinking it's weird. That's what sparked my interest. I really don't care how what you do with your kids is what you do with your kid. I can't speak on it because I'm not a parent for one, and I'm not your kid's parent, so I definitely can't tell you how to raise your kid.
Right.
I'm just saying this shit is weird for me, and if I think it's weird, that should be okay. Like I shouldn't get crucified for thinking it's weird. That's all.
Right. See, my thing is, to me, there's so much stuff in society that is feminizing men. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think, to me, if you want us to be acceptable of certain things, and this is just, to me, this is no knock to nobody that you know that is in the LGBT. I can never get this right.
LGBTQ.
Thank you. This is not.
Nah, you got to be on it because
I don't. But you know, I don't because I get the letters mixed up a lot. LGBTQ. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See, this is no knock to that, but at the same time, we have to be acceptable of all people's likes and dislikes.
Right.
We have to, and that's the only knock with me, because for me, to me, I'm a manly man, and you know, I'm a manly man, and I should have the right to say that I want my son to grow up to be a manly man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's the tough part, because like when you say it like that, then you know you get crucified for saying that.
So, but why? That's the thing. See, if you take away my voice, what difference? What difference is it than when you said your voice was gone? You know what I'm saying? And so that's the thing. And I don't want to.
It's not a real difference, but you know how that goes.
Yeah. But to me, I'm gonna get off of that. But to me, this is kind of like, especially when you take a picture with it, and you know what I'm saying. Because that's forever. I know that young boy gonna grow up one day, and his, you know, and he gonna look back at it like, man, what was I doing? You know.
Well, now you figure by the time he get older, it's gonna be so normalized that nobody's gonna say nothing about it, because all the people who thought it was weird, we gonna be restricted to caves or cellar dwellings. I'm just saying.
You are so not lying, because look at it. You know, I was looking back at a photo of myself. And this was like in the early 80s. Now when we look at, we couldn't perceive, I'm going to put that out. We couldn't have perceived that skinny jeans would have been the thing for men.
Oh, hell
back
no.
then. We could, but I was looking at a photo of me. I had some tight corduroys on back then. And I was like, man, what the hell was I thinking? You know, but then again, I didn't dress myself back then. You know, I was a young guy. So when you think now and you look at, like, you put that on purpose. You know, you putting that on purpose, dude. What?
Yeah.
I just, certain things that I look at and I'll be like, you know, remember in this generation too, it was always too. It's also acceptable. Remember, we didn't want to come out the house without fades.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We did, you know. So it's
back when I had a hairline. Yeah.
You know what? Shout out to Jalen Rose and Juwan Howard. You know,
man. First of all, fuck Jalen Rose, dog. that hairline gotta be fake, bro. I hate niggas with hairlines, dog.
I know.
I take that back, man. You know, I love y'all, man. I'm talking shit.
But you know what?
Jalen Rose should be crispy, though.
You know what? And in a minute, I got to start, because I got a David Ruffin going in the back. You know, beauty's only skin deep. Yeah, beauty's only skin deep, and by the hairline, I look like Jeffrey Osborne. But you get so mad about it, you know. So I need to put a hat on.
Dog, you see, I always got a hat on, bro.
I'm telling you, man. You know, and my wife teases me about that. She be like, she'll rub that spot. She like, babe, your ceiling missing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So hey, but then again, man, like I said, I just, with that picture right there, I both ways, I wouldn't do it. Just plain and simple.
I wouldn't do it either. And I think that's where, like, it was weird this morning because like I didn't realize I was gonna get that much opposition, especially knowing like my squad, I know where we came from. I know all of our fathers' relationships, which is by the way, it's something that we talk about often too. Is almost unheard of. Like all of us had our fathers in our life. That's already something that's not normal. I mean, it should be normal, but it's not normal in our neighborhoods. Right. But like all of us were kind of raised differently. We all ended up, turning out the same as far as like, being, somewhat successful, depending on what you would call successful. But I think that like Monk was saying earlier, he said that he did come up with, being affectionate like that. And obviously I didn't. So we was on two sides of the fence on that one. So because he was like, he liked that with his son. Like, his son right now is 8, so that don't really count. You know what I'm saying? He's still a kid. But like when he get grown for real, because he got an older son too. He said he liked that with him, and I'm all with the, if he needs consoling, like if you need to hug him or whatever, or you show some love, that's fine. But like, my guy, you're not about to be laying down with me because it's not happening. I don't care. I don't care.
I thought Monk had kids like Sean Kemp.
No, he only got 2.
Okay. Who was I thinking about then?
Oh no, he got the one old son.
Okay.
I mean, he ain't old. He like 20. I think little Monk 22, and then the little one is 8.
Okay.
So yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it's a large gap in there.
I don't know why I thought he had a ton of kids.
No, he only got 2.
Okay.
He got 2. Angry Man got 4, and I got 0.
Man, see,
I know. I'm working on it though. So if y'all listening right now, you can go ahead and jump in my DMs real quick. I'm taking candidates in the DM and shit for baby mamas. I'm just saying. But like I told you earlier, I got about 20, maybe 25 summers left, bro. Like I got to jump on out here, though.
See, that's another thing too. See, because I remember certain things that people think are kind of like, I know we joking, but certain things that people think are like cute, like this picture right here. Some people think it's cute.
It's cute.
they think it's cute, but and then to me, an old man having a baby, some people think that stuff is cute. Like people.
Hey, I don't know. I just need to drop something off so I can leave some of this legacy to somebody.
Look, I'm talking about but people that get in their 70s, they're like, oh, I'm gonna have a baby, and then then you don't even live to put the pacifier in his mouth or something. You know what I'm saying? So
that's all cold though. I ain't that old, nigga.
I'm just saying though.
I'm only 41 though.
I know, but how fair is that? Like even right now, with me being 48, I wouldn't dare have another baby.
You said that's the thing. You wouldn't have another one if you didn't have none. Who knows what you'd be thinking at this point?
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, if you had some already, then yeah. Like if I already had one, I'd be like, I'm straight. But like now, I ain't gonna lie, I spend a lot, and this is way off the subject, I guess. But I spend a lot of time like trying not to have one. You know what I'm saying? So like either shooting them on her lip or wherever. But it's just like I spent so much time not trying to have a kid. Then it got to the point. Cause I didn't want one, but then when I got older, I'm like, damn, I probably should have left one out in this motherfucker. And then here we are,
right?
40, the 50-year-old dude at the kindergarten drop off and shit.
Right, with the Riddick ball spot, right? No, the Macho Man Randy Savage ball spot. Remember that? Macho Man had the stringy hair with the ball spot on top.
Dog, the hella ball spot on top, bro. What was that?
They be like, "Is that your daddy?" Ooh, yeah.
Right. Or is that your granddaddy?
Right. I'm just saying that I never like. Especially, we know what era we live in, and
no doubt.
We live in an era of cyberbullying, and so I would never do anything to embarrass my kids, to put them in a situation where, and that's the things that we have to think about too, because
unfortunately,
things that we see. Remember back in the day where your parents used to be like, I went through that before too.
Yeah.
See, this is the first.
For sure.
This is the first incident that these kids can say that we can't say for these kids. Like When they get embarrassed, they put it on. They go viral with it, and this stuff is
viral,
forever.
Yeah.
This stuff is forever. So we can't. People will forget about that. No, they won't. I done went. You see how many views I got from that guy punching me in my face? You know what I'm saying?
Back in the day, you could just let it go. Like whatever little rumor was sliding around, it eventually just disappeared.
Yeah, disappeared.
It ain't like that now.
Unless you go to the property and be like, wasn't that the little guy that doo-dooed his pants or something? You know what I'm saying? Just anything, you know what I'm saying? Just anything now, you know. So but now, man, you going viral. Think about when that knockout game was happening. You know,
oh man! First of all, that was the silliest shit ever.
Yeah, so
I don't even understand that.
So, but like I said, I wouldn't dare, you know. But then again, it's things like this is more acceptable in this year. I think the last Generation X going out, I think we are the last ones of kind of like the manly men type generation.
Yeah, and see that's a tight squeeze in there because I don't want to say it as if like if a man giving affection to his son that's gonna automatically, you know, make him soft.
Right.
But I just again I said this earlier too, and I guess I gotta stand on that. It's just that perhaps it is because I come from a background where there was little to no physical affection between me and my old man. It's obviously we love each other and we show that love, just not in that capacity.
Right.
And then I don't have no kids or no sons or you know anything like that to kind of compare how I would do it.
Right.
So like maybe I'm on the outside looking in on that one. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I'm not even in a position to say whether it's acceptable or not. So I won't. But I will just say that for me,
yeah,
is a no, bro. Like I ain't doing it, and that's fine. Like if somebody else wanna, you know, if they wanna, let their grown ass son fall asleep on them, if they wanna kiss their son, whatever niggas do. I don't really have no. I don't care how you raise your kids because they not mine.
Right.
But I still had a right to be like, yo, that shit is weird.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. You say you ain't got no dog in the race anyway, huh?
Like I ain't got no dog in the race anyway. And I want to ask you this because I asked this on the other show too, and I was curious because like so many people, when I say what I say, so many people come back to me and say, well, you know, you got daddy issues, or you don't know how to like you don't know how to show love with your masculinity, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I say, with all that being said, if it was that way, if more men did show like physical affection to their sons, do you think that really would have changed like our society? Like you think we would be better off if more dudes was falling asleep on their daddy's chest and shit?
Oh man.
I'm just saying because that's what people act like. They like if more people did it, the world would be a greater place.
But no, because you know what? Because I think the more things that were kind of taboo becomes acceptable, I think it hides more of a devious plot. Like like just say, because remember back in our days, it was hard to find the pedophiles. You know what I'm saying?
You just didn't know.
Yeah, you just didn't. You just didn't know who they were. So I think
they was definitely there.
Yeah.
And I'm not even making light of that. But
Yeah.
they was definitely there.
Yeah, because you know what, I didn't even know that. You know, me growing up, that it was one that lived across the street from us. That was molesting. Yeah, that was molesting most of the kids in the neighborhood. And I'm like, dang, you know, and
wow.
And he was the candy man, you know.
Literally. That's nasty. That's disgusting. Wow. Yeah,
man. So it's definitely like I said, it's something to even like really think about. But like I said, with my grandfather, I'm gonna say this because you know my grandfather was my dad. I just say that my grandfather wasn't an affectionate person. I think I said this more times than many on different shows. My grandfather, I can't even tell you when he said he loved me. He told me a couple of times. I think he told me, I could count how many times he probably told me in his lifetime. Because my grandfather, I could say to my grandfather, Granddad, I love you. My grandfather would say, be of good cheer. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I'm telling you, the last time before my grandfather died, my last day I spent with him, I said that to my grandfather. I said, not knowing that was the last time that I would see him. And I said, Granddad, I love you. My grandfather said, be of good cheer. He left here without telling me he loved me. You know what I'm saying? So how I supposed to feel, you know?
Right.
You know, so hey, but like I said, I'm not telling people that it's a right or wrong way. Maybe some kid does need that. Maybe it's a kid out here that never had that, even with a mother and stuff, because you know some of these mothers are hard on some of these young men, and that's why
they rough.
Yeah, and that's why
some of these mamas rough.
Yeah, and that's why some of these young men grow up hating women, and they you know, and they don't respect older men and stuff like that, because nobody actually grabbed them and said, "Look, son, I love you." You know, calm down. You know, maybe it would have been something kind of different for society, and maybe
you never know.
Maybe we have a. Nah, I ain't gonna go there.
What you gonna say? I'm curious though.
Maybe we'll have a society full of pedophiles. You know?
Oh God!
You know what I'm saying?
Never mind. I hate that action.
I just you just don't know this world, man. You don't even recognize this world no more. You be like, you walk, man. I see things sometimes, man. I seen a dude literally with a mustache. He had a Dave Chappelle, Samuel L. Jackson beard. You know, the Samuel L. beard. Yeah. Like that. But he was dressed like I Dream of Genie. And you like dang, are you serious? The genie. And so,
hell no.
So you don't even know how to. We live in a society, man, that's so sensitive. But but to me, we so sensitive about the wrong things. And I think that's why. I think that's why a lot of things happen. Like, you know, a lot of things where kids are getting molested, where kids are getting beat, where kids are. A lot of things are happening because people are too scared.
My bad.
It's all right. But people are too scared to address the elephant in the room, are too scared to talk about certain things that are happening within society. And I think, like you said, that's why the churches are so different now. I heard a minister say that, because back in my grandfather days, you could talk about things like that. They'd be like, you don't suppose another man don't supposed to be sleeping with another man, and another woman don't supposed to sleep with another woman. Now they scared because the 501c3 come in play. You can't say certain things.
You don't want to mess up their money.
You don't want to but that's why I'm glad that I don't have a 501c3 on the church, so I can preach it. But it's just all about us being sensitive. It's sensitive to say that a woman can't raise a man by herself. She needs a father. Then they be like, "Oh, what you talking about? About that?" You know, it's so much sensitive stuff. Right. You know.
Yeah, and that's the kind of double-edged sword about it. You want to be. I guess I don't even want to use the word sensitive. I mean, you want to be
politically correct,
cognizant of how people feel. But at the end of the day, though, and I mentioned this earlier, like, just the reality of it is that there are gender roles, though, and I think that some of those need to stay the same, bro. Like you should do, and it should probably sound like I'm from the Stone Age or something, but like, I just feel like you should do man shit. Like, if you a man, you should do man shit.
See,
you should be laying up with your daddy.
Remember the picture long ago where they said, where they had the man, the father in the tub with his daughter. Remember that they was like, is this acceptable? Because remember back in the day, and I'm not afraid to say this. I remember coming up when I was a little boy, like 5, 6 years old. My grandmother, I told you, my grandmother was my mama. Because you can remember back in the days, if you had brothers and sisters and stuff and I mean brothers in the house.
Y'all took baths together.
Your parents tuck you in the bed together. You took baths together. You did all of that. But now we living in a different society because we don't know, what's influencing who. They get to these kids now. They looking on TV and they can see SpongeBob kissing Squidward, and they're like,
right.
I want to try that with and it just all we just don't know what these kids are exposed to. You can't.
No, that's true.
My kids can't spend the night over nobody's house.
Yeah. I hear parents say that all the time. I mean, I guess that's the thing. Like, you worried about what they might be learning or getting into in somebody else's house. I get that and shit, but then at the same time, though, I think that sometimes that cut off. It kind of cut off some of their social interaction. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's tough. That's a double-edged sword. And again, it's hard for me to say anything about that because I ain't got kids. I'll probably be the same way. Like, no, you can't leave this house without me.
but listen, like the discretion, like using. But of course, you use discretion. Like with us, our kids can't go nowhere but over their grandma's house, both of their grandma's house. Because, like I said, I don't know
cousins,
man. Because you don't know who they have over there. They
can't go to cuz crib.
They can have Uncle Wee Wee could be over there. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, if that nigga like Uncle Wee Wee, we definitely got a problem.
I'm just saying.
Uncle Wee Wee.
Let's be the one. Come on over here. Sit on your
kid, that's a perfect pedophile name. That's
right. That's Satellite's guy name. He said Uncle Wee Wee that touch. See, and that's the thing because we have to use discretion because like I said, in some households, I know we run our household a certain way. My kids, my kids can't recite to you rap music.
What? I'm surprised.
They can't recite.
They daddy a rapper.
Right. That ain't that crazy?
Yeah, very.
If you go to my daughter or my son right now and ask them who Ice Cube is or Jay-Z, they wouldn't be able to tell you.
Well, they know Ice Cube because he do movies. They gotta know Ice Cube.
Yeah, they gotta. I'm just saying Jay-Z. If you say
Jay-Z, if you say Ice Cube, they gotta at least know. Are we there yet?
you the only person they know. I wish my kid was up right now. Snoop because Snoop be on everything.
Bro, look, my nephew said because he was having this conversation on his show. He said that Snoop, outside of Jesus, is probably the most recognizable figure on earth. Dog. He might be right. Wait, everybody knows Snoop.
Yeah.
He might be right, dog. Yeah. Old people, young people, people from other countries, everybody knows Snoop, dog.
Yeah.
He might be right.
Because think about it, he stretched from generation. Remember, all the rappers of our generation, just say the DMXs and all that. They old, retired, they gone. Snoop's still relevant. He's still doing songs with up and coming rappers and stuff like that.
Hella relevant, and he on TV.
Yeah, he on TV all the time.
Right, all the time.
Now he look like somebody's great aunt right now, but
he said great aunt.
but he's still relevant though. But like I said, I mean to each his own, man. The way you raise your kid. I mean, I think some of the problem is that some of these kids aren't getting the attention and the love that they're getting. Now, is this the answer? I can't say that. Because,
right, that's all I'm saying. I definitely can't say that.
I can't advocate that. Now, I will hug my son, and I'll be like, but for my son, who's almost 6 feet, legs longer than mine, to be sitting up laying on my chest, and me holding up, making a little selfie, man, come on, dude.
It was too much for me, bro. Like it was just too much. I'm straight.
You know what? Think about this. Even if like we took pictures back in the day, even if it was an ugly picture, some type of ugly picture, they caught us in a compromising position or something like that. We wanted to rip that picture up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We didn't want to be looking like we wasn't manly or something like that. Like if somebody slapped you and you had, let's say for a minute you was tired and stuff, you had your head on your hip, trying to catch your breath. Right. And somebody took a picture of you, hand on your hip, and you looking all fruity, and All of that. Exactly. You didn't want that man, come on, man. It's nothing wrong with being manly. It's nothing wrong with questioning stuff that look suspect to you.
Right. Sure. And I was saying that earlier, and then like all the women feedback was just that I only think like that because of the way I was conditioned. You know what I'm saying? And that may possibly be right, but depending on what your experience was like coming up, like who's to decide like what's wrong or what's right? Like for me and my old man probably as close as or closer or maybe even closer than dudes who hella affectionate with their father.
Right.
Like I don't have to. Right. Like we don't have to lay down together for me to show my old dude some love.
You imagine that you lay it on your father's chest. Great taco meat. great taco meat, your big butt like daddy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, come on, man.
It's bad, bro. But like, to each his own, dog. Like, dude, at this point, dude's 16. Like, he's not a grown man, but like, all right. So this is my thing. I guess this is what I was thinking about. I think to a certain degree, especially as a black male, it's just there is a certain reality to what life and what the world has in store for you as a black man. I want to show, like, if I did ever have a son, like I would want to show him love and show him like emotion and let him know that it's okay to let your emotions out and express your feelings and things like that. But I don't want to take over the role of a nurturer. Like as a father, I don't want to be a nurturer. Like that's his mama's thing. Because I don't want you to grow up in the world and think that the world is going to nurture you because it's not.
Right. And that's the second thing I was going to ask. I mean, I wish some of them people was on this show.
Right?
This is what I want to ask. Now, if you got a crybaby son,
mm-hmm.
and that son kept coming to you, Daddy, do the father got to keep cuddling him, letting him lay up on his chest and cry? Does that sense? Huh?
Let the women tell it. Yeah, I guess so. Because otherwise, you what they call it, toxic masculinity. So you gotta let them cry and shit, cry until your shirt become wet.
Say what, man?
And you gotta hold him until he cries himself to sleep.
You know what? In my Bernie Mac voice, up them chicks. You know what I'm saying?
Right, for real.
Look, I'm like, man, come on now.
Duh. See, I mean, that's what society to this point kind of want us to do, and I'm sorry, nigga, I ain't with it. I ain't with it.
I know. I just can't like I said. Me and my son, we had these talks. I remember, I was used to. Like when my son was coming up, when he was younger, I used to just, I would hug him and stuff like that, tell him I love him. I used to kiss my son and stuff like that. But when he got to a certain age, man, I ain't kissing my son.
Kiss no grown man.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's an extra step from the when you like like you're like, come on, man, this is a grown
ass man, right?
And so it's weird, man. I mean, me and them ladies would have just had to really been getting into it because, hey,
it was a situation.
Yeah, man. So any last things, man? But
oh yeah, that's that wrap up music. All right, I guess my only thing on the way out, dog, is for sure, like I don't want you to not give your son no love or give your father no love. Express love however you need to express it, to each his own. I'm just saying, like once they get to a certain age, I'm not about to be super affectionate with my son. Not because I think it's some homo shit, but just because I don't want to set him up for failure, thinking that the world is gonna be all nurturing, like that, because it's not. I'll leave that gender role for his mama. And yes, ladies, if y'all listening, there are gender roles, and some of those gender roles need to go ahead and be kept.
You know what, and then like I said, you have to be careful because things that you say are sexist. It's really ruining these young men. It is very, very much so ruining the young men. So my thing is, raise your kid, but think about this. you know, especially if you raising a young black male, we already got enough challenges in our lives and stuff like that. We already got, and people are always talking about, women are always asking where the real men at. And so if a real man can't show a guy how to be a young guy to be a real man, then what do you think you're gonna have?
Exactly.
Know? Because you know what, we got too many. You know, a sensitive man will kill you. Right. But anyway, dog, this music done cut me off early. We about to get up out of here, and from I was about to call you that again.
Right.
Q Lewis to your boy Fat Cat. We out of here, y'all. Peace.
Peace out, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh shit.